for the 36 MLRA late model here at Lakeside Speedway in Kansas City, Kansas. Tune in to Cheeseworks videos for some of the best late model racing in the country.
DirtOnDirt.com pole position out of West Plains, Missouri. Your defending Clyde Ellis Memorial feature winner. It's going to be Logan Martin in the 36M alongside back-to-back feature winner with the MLRA Series, three-time feature winner on the season, the 1V of Will the Thrill Vaught. Inside of row number 2, driving the Andes Frozen Custard, Black Diamond chassis out of Springfield, Missouri, the 75 of Terry Phillips alongside driving the GRT house car, DJ's Dugout sponsored entry out of Malvern, Iowa, the 1 GRT of Justin Zeitner. Back in row number 3 out of Story City, Iowa, the 43 car, the Story City Outlaw. It's going to be Jeremy Grady alongside fellow Iowa driver, the 56S of Chris Speaker out of Messina, driving the Erickson Construction entry. Back in row number 4 out of Griswold, Iowa, driving the 4W, the Black Diamond chassis with a 4 horsepower under the hood, the Jack McKee Racing entry of J.C. Wyman, head to his outside, all the way from Waukesha, Wisconsin. Your current Sunoco point standings rookie of the year leader. That's going to be the 74M of Mitch McGrath alongside in row number 4. Back in row number 5. Out of Mount Vernon, Iowa, your current Lucas Oil MLRA points leader in a Black Diamond chassis. Make welcome the 25 of Chad Simpson and to his outside. Out of Grandview, Missouri, in a Black Diamond chassis, driving the Kinney's Tile, sponsored number 16A. It's going to be Austin Siebert. Inside of row number 6, out of Lebanon, Missouri. Picked up the MLRA feature win earlier this season in West Plains Motor Speedway, the 56 junior of Tony Jackson Jr. into his outside out of Omaha, Nebraska. Driving the Triple S Motorsports entry, it's going to be the 14J of Jake Neal. Inside of row number 7, out of Sallisaw, Oklahoma, the XR1 Rocket chassis brought to you by Merrill Storage. It's going to be Raymond Morrell in the 12M, and to his outside out of Aurora, Missouri, in a TNT chassis. Midwest sheet metal on the side of that car, the 7W of Cole Wells. To the inside of row number 8, out of Bentonville, Arkansas, making his first start of the season. That's the XR1 Rocket chassis of Randy Roth, and to his outside, his brother, also out of Bentonville, Arkansas, the Roth Homes Waco title XR1 Rocket chassis. It's going to be Jeff Roth. Lined up to the inside of row number 9, out of Republic, Missouri, the 15, the Art Atnip Motorsports entry of Peyton Looney in the 15L, and to his outside, the Longhorn chassis Par Electric entry, the 5 of Todd Shute. That'll complete your starting lineup for tonight's Protect the Harvest Clyde Ellis Memorial feature event. The exited turn number 4, a great side-by-side start. They're going to fan out as Will Vaught's going to immediately jump to that top side. He knows he wants that cushion down into turn number 1 as Will Vaught's going to fire on the top side down to the inside, the 36 of Martin. Here comes Justin Zeitner up alongside of Terry Phillips. He will take third away from down the back straightaway. Working their way off the exit of turn number 4. Will Vaught, impressive lap number 1. Martin in second. Zeitner continuing to go side-by-side with the veteran Terry Phillips down into turn number 1. Terry Phillips will work the bottom side of this Lakeside Speedway, and they'll be side-by-side with Zeitner in the GRT of Zeitner. Will shoot the gap, and he will take that spot back down into turn number 3. But out in front, it is all Will Vaught. 2 laps into tonight's feature, but back it up a little bit further. How about the 3-wide battle off turn number 4? J.C. Wyman and Jeremy Grady going at it down into turn number 1. Wyman will take that Ford-powered number 4 to the inside of Jeremy Grady, and he will lead that battle down the back straightaway just outside of your top 5. Right now, Chris Speaker, the driver out of Messina, Iowa, rounding out the top 5 in the XR1 Rocket chassis, the 56, down the front straightaway. As the car slow down the back straightaway, it's the 5 car of Todd Shute, and he will take it pit side. He will retire from tonight's feature event. As Will Vaught and Logan Martin continuing to show the way. As Vaught stretching things out now to an advantage over Martin of just over 1.2 seconds for your race leader. A little bit of a bobble right there. May have allowed Martin to close some real estate, but keep your eyes on Justin Zeitner and that one machine. Got to rocket up on the top side of this racetrack tonight. One of the fastest cars right now. He had a great run last weekend at the Silver Dollar Nationals at the I-80 Speedway, and Justin Zeitner quickly into your top 3. But your point leader, Chad Simpson, going to retire to the infield. Chad Simpson off the pace. He will pull the Levy Trucking number 25 to the infield. Third DNF in a row coming up for Chad Simpson, it appears. Tough break, 5 laps into tonight's feature event. Simpson will retire from the event to the infield. As out in front now, it is a great opportunity for Will Vaught to continue to chew into that points advantage. Martin hangs right there in second as they begin to work their way through lap traffic. That's going to be Randy Roth off the exit of turn number 4 as your race leader will make his way around. Top 4 cars have broken away from the field and really starting to stretch things out down into turn number 1 and 2. Justin Zeitner, Terry Phillips continuing to hang right there. And one of the guys right now on the move is that Ford machine of J.C. Wyman right there on the back bumper of Chris Speaker. That's a battle down the back straightaway and a battle for your top 5 position. Speaker worked the top side of this Lakeside Speedway. Wyman one more, going to take the short way around on the inside of the 4 car. Heavy lap traffic about to come in play for your race leader, Will Vaught. 8 laps in the books. Vaught holds a 1.2 second advantage over Logan Martin. And this time of the line, that advantage is going to be just a little bit better for the 1V of Will Vaught, but he's got 2 cars right in front of him. That's going to be Jeff Roth in the 14 and the 7 machine of Cole Wells. Side-by-side battle right in front of your race leader. This could allow Logan Martin a great opportunity to close the gap, as well as Terry Phillips and Justin Zeitner. All 4 cars very much in the mix of this one. Right there, Will Vaught down to the inside. He is going to get held up at big time in lap traffic. Will Vaught caught in a melee of lap traffic down into turn number 3. Will Vaught this time will go back to the top side and try and make a move off the exit of 4. He will get around the 14 of Roth, but not before he has given up a lot of real estate, almost a half a second. Surrendered right there to the 36 of Logan Martin. This time, Will Vaught with a great move off the exit at turn number 2. Close quarters right there as he slides to the inside of the 7 machine of Cole Wells. Cole Wells now right in front of your runner-up, the 36 of Martin. And Martin starting to get a lot of heavy pressure from the 75 of Terry Phillips. Phillips, the Don Babb Motorsports injury, has taken that 3rd spot away from Justin Zeitner. And now Phillips, he'll start to set his sights on that 36 machine of Logan Martin, as once again stretching it out at the front is going to be Will Vaught. Terry Phillips coming on here as we quickly approach the midpoint of tonight's race. 13 laps in the books. As off the exit at turn number 2, Will Vaught once again caught behind lap traffic. This time it's the 14 car of Jake Neal. Vaught will take that 1V to the top side, and he will make his way around the lap traffic. Once again, opening up the door. Here comes the 36 machine of Logan Martin. Going to have to take advantage of these lap cars, as it is hot and heavy right now for your race leaders down the back straightaway. Terry Phillips very much in this mix. The Wiley veteran may have been just holding back a little bit, saving his tires. Vaught a little bit sideways that time off the exit of turn number 4. As your top 4 have stretched it out, now you've got J.C. Wyman looking to crack that top 5 as he goes to the inside of Chris Speaker down the front straightaway. Speaker will take the position back as Wyman will follow him through turns number 1 and 2. Jeremy Grady back in the 7th spot in the 43 car. As your race leader, Will Vaught, continuing to work his way through lap traffic and put more and more cars a lap down as we wind things quickly to the midpoint. 16 laps in the books for Will Vaught. That last time of the line, it is Logan Martin has chased down your race leader. He's got it down to just over 3/4 of a second that time of the line over Will Vaught. Terry Phillips hanging right there, top 3, throw a blanket over him. Don't count out Justin Zeitner, rounding out your top 4 as he will work his way around the lap traffic as well down the back straightaway. Oh, Justin Zeitner's got to check up for the 12 machine of Raymond Morrell. Morrell slides right up in front of the 4th place running Zeitner. Zeitner that time able to get him cleared down the front straightaway, but not before he loses a lot of valuable momentum on the speedway. Jake Neal, the 14 car, will pull it pit side. He is retired from tonight's event. Tough break for the driver out of Omaha, as well as the 7 car of Cole Wells going pit side. 18 laps in the books, 19 that time by for the 1V of Will Vaught. Now you've got Terry Phillips in a locked up, heated battle with the 36 of Logan Martin. Starting to come on here late in the race is that 75 car of Terry Phillips. Race leaders working their way off the exit of turn number 4. Next car in line is the 74 of Mitch McGrath, and Mitch McGrath is running in the 10th spot. Will Vaught about to put the top 10 a lap down the back straightaway. Terry Phillips this time will thread the needle with the 16 of Siebert down to the inside. Working the outside is Logan Martin. Phillips able to keep that 75 car right down in that tack and moisture on the bottom of turn number 4 as we are halfway home in tonight's feature event here at Lakeside Speedway for the Clyde Ellis Memorial. Off the exit of turn number 2, Terry Phillips one more time will slide up in front of Logan Martin, and he will take that spot. Logan Martin clear to the top side of turn number 4. He will swing it wide, get the momentum, and he will cut it loose, but not able to make the move. But here's a battle for your race lead. Terry Phillips down to the inside of Will Vaught. Terry Phillips on lap number 21 takes a look at the race lead, but Will Vaught quickly able to stretch things out. You got to wonder, maybe Will Vaught had a little wake-up call there that time, as he goes right back to the top side of the speedway and continues his pursuit of Mitch McGrath in that 74. Will Vaught going to try and put a car length between himself and the 75 as you've got a car slow. It's the 56 of Tony Jackson Jr. now going to retire to the infield. Second in points out of tonight's feature event is Tony Jackson Jr. Jackson will retire from tonight's event on lap number 23 as it continues to get hot and heavy up front, a race of attrition. Terry Phillips right there stalking your race leader after they get past McGrath. Going to have a little bit of clear sailing for your race leaders as they set sail down into turn number 3. Off the exit of 4, a great lap that time for Will Vaught. Phillips in second, third goes back to Martin. Justin Zeitner in fourth, and rounding out your top 5 at this point, working his way down into turn number 3, looks to be the 4 machine of J.C. Wyman. Speaker back in the 6th spot. 7th right now belongs to the 15 machine of Peyton Looney as Grady drops back to the 8th position for the Story City, Iowa driver. How about the move down into 1 by the 15 of Looney? Peyton Looney threading the needle, coming from deep in the pack after not finishing tonight's heat race. 26 laps in the books as Will the Thrill Vaught continuing to show the way, looking for 3 in a row. As Will Vaught's got heavy company, though, that time from Terry Phillips down to the inside. They will be side by side, and at the line, it was Terry Phillips, your new race leader. Phillips, your new race leader that time with 27 laps in the books. Will Vaught will fire right back to the outside. Got a lap car in front of him, and right back to the front goes Will Vaught. Will Vaught back to the top side. He's got to thread the needle around Roth in the 14 machine. He makes it happen off the exit of 2. Terry Phillips has to get back in the throttle, but a little late to the throttle. Terry Phillips dropping back a couple more car lengths there off the exit at turn number 4. Coming back to life is that right asphalt sponsored 1V of Will Vaught. Vaught now stretching it out big time over Terry Phillips. A great lap right there for the 1V as we have just 6, 7 cars left on the lead lap at this point. A torrid pace set by your race leader, Will Vaught. Next car to go a lap down looks to be the 56 of Speaker, who's currently running in the 7th position. Top 2 continue to work down the back straightaway. Back up to the 3rd spot. It continues to be your pole sitter, Logan Martin. And back in the 4th spot, Justin Zeitner. Zeitner got his hands full right there. It's going to be a 3-wide battle, and he will split it down into turn number 3. Great move right there by the 1 machine of Justin Zeitner off the exit of 4. He will hang on to that 4th spot as J.C. Wyman in that top 5 all by his lonesome. Works through turns number 3 and 4, and he is quickly in jeopardy of going a lap down to your race leader, Will Vaught, as we approach only 8 laps to go this time of the line for Vaught. Will Vaught fired off on that top side. Phillips one more time down to the inside. Going to have to get it into gear as laps are winding down. Logan Martin now has his hands full off the exit of turn number 2 with the 1 machine of Justin Zeitner. Zeitner right there for the 3rd spot. He'll look to the inside of Logan Martin, this time off the exit of turn number 3 and 4. There's Roth all sorts of sideways in front of Zeitner off the exit of 4. Zeitner will lose all sorts of momentum that time. A horrible run off the exit for Justin Zeitner. He'll have to regroup with just 7 laps remaining. Clyde Ellis Memorial feature event here at Lakeside Speedway. Will Vaught continuing to lay him down. Lap after lap, Terry Phillips back to the top side this time in that 2nd spot. Phillips 1.3 seconds behind your race leader, Vaught. Phillips still trying to rally and take down your race leader and back-to-back feature winner. Vaught looking for his 4th feature win on the season with the Lucas Oil MLRA. Terry Phillips right there with a good lap right there for the 75 machine down the back straightaway. We'll see if Phillips can make up some time this time around the speedway as 5th running J.C. Wyman about to go a lap down to Will Vaught in that Scott Bailey Racing powered entry. Couple more cars in front of your leaders. 36 in the books, just 4 laps to go. This time Vaught down to the inside. That may allow Terry Phillips to make up some momentum, and it certainly does. Phillips has got it back down under a second again. J.C. Wyman down to the inside. He will be in a battle with the 14 of Roth, but here he comes off the top side one more time, the 1V of Will Vaught. Terry Phillips continuing to gain lap after lap right there. A good move for Terry Phillips. He's going to have some great momentum down the back straightaway. Terry Phillips regrouping, just 3 laps to go. The 75 going to work the bottom side the short way around this Lakeside Speedway. Terry Phillips looking for his 8th win at the Lakeside Speedway. He will take a look down to the inside of your race leader. Phillips to the inside, but Will Vaught going to cut a pretty corner off the exit of turn number 1 and 2. Phillips will back off, but he's going to regroup down into turn number 3. Terry Phillips to the inside, lap car maybe in the way. That's going to be Wyman. Your 5th running car is coming down the front stretch. White flag is out for Will Vaught. Will Vaught one final time, but here comes Terry Phillips. Lap car on the top side. J.C. Wyman may have just killed the momentum right there in this 1V machine. Terry Phillips back to the point. Final left-hand turns, race fans. You just seen it at Lakeside Speedway. Off the exit at turn number 4. Let's hear it for Terry Phillips, tonight's feature winner. Will Vaught will come home in that runner-up spot, 3rd spot. Coming across the line looks to be the 36 of Martin Zeitner in 4th, and rounding out your top 5 looks to be the 4 machine of J.C. Wyman. 5 cars, Peyton Looney grabs that 5th spot. 5 cars remaining on the lead lap, but race fans, what about that? Perfect race, the 75 car of Terry Phillips, tonight's Lucas Oil MLRA feature winner. He steals it on the final lap. Will Vaught, victory lane, it's on the side of the car, and it's what's for dinner tonight. Let's hear it for Terry Phillips. Terry Phillips, I tell you what, the Chiefs. We got Chiefs fans tonight? Well, we got one in victory lane. I tell you what, Terry Phillips, you had to be a patient guy out there tonight, because I tell you what, you took the lead with about 14 to go. Looked like you kind of had to regroup, let things cool off, but boy, on the end of that race, you kind of knew what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I got beside him there, and we about hit in the middle of lap traffic there, and I kind of slid my tires and started getting overdriving it, and I just had to settle down a little bit. And by my time my radio quit, I didn't know for sure if I won. I seen flags waving, couldn't tell. It's been so long since I won a damn race. I didn't know if I won or not.
Pretty torrid pace, Terry. We only had 5 cars left on the lead lap at the end of this thing. A remarkable pace that Will went out there and set, and you just kind of sat back there for a long time. You ran there in 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, I mean, I love this place, you know. I know the fans all love me. I love coming up here, and well, some of them do. But, you know, I just know this track. You know, you can run hard and you can kind of overdrive it. For a big track, you can overdrive it. You know, it's just it's got a lot of character, and that's the kind of tracks I like. You can kind of be patient and slow and old like myself and mash the gas hard.
Slow old guy like yourself, how much does patience come into this thing tonight? I know we've seen some really fast action out there in the heat races tonight, some urgency. You're the guy that kind of was patient. You know, you're buying your time out there tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you know, maybe that's comes with being just barely over 30. So, no, I just know you can cook your tires here. You know, if you run too hard, and I just kind of waited there and got a good run on him there early, and then just had to wait and let my tires kind of come back to me and be patient, figure out the lines, and I don't know how it worked, but it caught him and passed him, I guess.
Tell you what, 116 MLRA wins now, Terry. We're going to back things up to, I believe, 2002. This is 8 wins here at Lakeside Speedway. How about that?
Yeah, I love this place.
Race here one more time. Your feature winner, Terry Phillips. All right, we're going to slide back and catch up with tonight's runner-up finisher. Driver to the right asphalt, Johnson service spinner, number 1V. Will Vaught, very fast race car, very fast pace tonight. I know this is not where you want to be standing. 38 out of 40 laps. How about that feature event tonight?
I think it's about 39 out of 40, wasn't it?
You let him by 1 lap with about 14 to go, but you took it back, and then you stretched things out over him.
Yeah, it's you know, we've been pretty good here lately. I mean, I can be a Jesse Stovall and whine about this stuff, but Terry had a good race car tonight. You know, we just tick off. I was good in the clean air, and we get in that lap traffic and took the air off my nose, And you know, it's him. Hats off to Terry and them guys. I mean, I know he's not been racing a whole lot and been in a little slump there. I know we talked a little bit, but you know, second place ain't too bad. I mean, we're still gaining on points, and we keep chugging away here and keep working, and it'll be all right.
Maybe more importantly, it was a big point sniper. You know, 5 laps in, we've seen Chad Simpson drop out. Also sitting there, the 56 of Tony Jackson Jr. So you had a really good points night here, Will. Now you got to take a month off, regroup, get this car ready to go. You got 5 races left to decide this thing.
Yeah, it's Eric's been working his tail off. We've been working on shocks with Gary Winger and Integra shocks, and we got with Swift Springs. It's we've got some prototype stuff we got on this thing, and it's working pretty good. So you know, we keep her wheels straight and tie rods straight, and drive her in her seat without giving it up on the last lap. We'll be all right.
Race fans, let's hear it for your runner-up tonight. He gave you 1 with Lakeside Speedway. Final podium finisher for tonight, race fans. From West Plains, your defending race winner. I tell you what, Logan Martin, you had a great starting spot tonight, and you had a great. What a fast racetrack out there in a fast race. Some great competitors.
Congratulations to Terry and Will. They both ran great races. We were just a tick off tonight from where we needed to be, but how about this racetrack, man? This thing was awesome. They had 2 grooves. We could race all over it, diamond, slide job, top, bottom. I don't know who does the track prep here, but give him a round of applause.
You know, talk about that lap traffic. Obviously came into play a lot in this race. Was there a lot of patience that came into that, Logan, of, you know, making sure you kept those tires on? You looked like you said the track really held up well tonight.
It's really not too bad on tires, but it was a little tricky getting through them lap cars, especially here. You're going so fast, air's so critical. Trying to make sure you caught them at the right time, didn't lose the air off the nose and shove the nose. So it was a little bit of patience getting in, but overall a great run for our team. Really happy for our guys. We keep putting ourselves in contention for these. Eventually we'll have one fall our way.
Race fans, keep 36. 3rd place podium finisher tonight here at Lakeside. That'll wrap things up here from the Andes, frozen custard to victory lane. It's been a great time at Lakeside Speedway. We will be back out here hopefully in 2019. But thanks for coming out tonight. We'll throw it back up top.